Liverpool could be preparing for a significant decision involving one of the standout performers of their pre-season, with interest in Luke Chambers now beginning to intensify. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. The 22-year-old has certainly done himself no harm over the summer. Chambers featured for 168 minutes across Liverpool's 3 friendlies in the United States, showing his versatility by operating both at left-back and in the centre of defence. He particularly impressed in the final 2 matches against Wrexham and Leeds, starting both games alongside Ynwa in central defence. His performance against Wrexham even earned praise from new Liverpool head coach Ronald Araujo, highlighting just how much Chambers has caught the eye during pre-season, and that form appears to have triggered increased interest. There had been some discussion over whether Liverpool could keep Chambers around the first team squad this season, but the latest indications are that a loan move is now the more likely outcome. QPR are among the Championship clubs understood to have shown an interest, while there is also attention coming from clubs outside England. However, Liverpool appear to have a clear plan before allowing Chambers to walk out of the door. The Reds are expected to offer the defender a new contract before sanctioning any loan move, ensuring they protect his value and maintain control over his future ahead of what could potentially become a permanent transfer next summer. That is particularly interesting given Chambers' development at Liverpool. He has been with the club since the age of 6 and already has significant senior experience, having made 65 appearances during previous loan spells with Kilmarnock, Wigan and Charlton. He also broke into Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool squad during the German's final season, making 4 appearances, including 2 starts. So this isn't simply a case of Liverpool moving on from an academy player who hasn't made the grade. Chambers has already demonstrated that he can operate at senior level, and his performances this summer appear to have strengthened his position considerably. The problem is that opportunities at Anfield are becoming increasingly difficult to find. Milos Kerkez is expected to be Liverpool's first choice left-back this season, while Kostas Tsimikas has returned from his loan spell at Roma. The imminent arrival of Ronald Araujo also reduces the need for Chambers to provide emergency cover in central defence. That leaves Liverpool with the decision to make. Do they keep Chambers around the first team environment despite limited opportunities, or do they send him somewhere where he can play regularly and continue his development? At the moment, a loan appears to be winning that battle, but there is another question Liverpool may need to consider: whether QPR is actually the right destination. The Championship side finished 15th last season, and given the level Chambers has shown during pre-season, there could potentially be more attractive opportunities available to him. And with interest already building from multiple clubs, Liverpool could find themselves with plenty of options. That is what makes this situation particularly intriguing. Chambers may be heading away from Anfield, but Liverpool clearly don't want to lose control of his future. A new contract, followed by a season-long loan, would allow him to continue developing, increase his market value, and potentially put him in a much stronger position heading into next summer. And with several other Liverpool youngsters also attracting interest and being considered for temporary moves, it looks like another major academy reshuffle is underway. For Chambers, though, the message is clear. His impressive pre-season has put him firmly on the radar, and with competition for his signature increasing, Liverpool now have an important decision to make over where his next chapter should take him. In other news, Liverpool have just made a huge move in the transfer market, and this one could have a major impact on Ronald Araujo's first season at Anfield. Ronald Araujo has now left Barcelona and is on his way to England to complete his medical ahead of a loan move to Liverpool. But the really interesting part of this deal is what happens after that, because Liverpool have negotiated an option to make the move permanent for around 55 million euros, which works out at roughly 47 million pounds. That is a sizable commitment for a player who, on paper, is only joining the club on loan. Fabrizio Romano has now backed up reports from Mundo Deportivo regarding that £47 million clause, confirming that Liverpool have secured the option as part of the agreement with Barcelona. And while it is not a mandatory purchase clause, meaning Liverpool are not currently committed to spending the money next summer, there is clearly an opportunity here for the Reds to turn what is initially a temporary move into a major permanent signing. Araujo is 27 years old and, when operating at his best, has established himself as one of the most physically imposing and highly rated defenders in European football. The big question is whether Liverpool can get him back to that level. Araujo arrived at Barcelona's Ciutat Esportiva on Saturday morning to collect his belongings and say goodbye to his teammates before making the journey to England. He is expected to undergo his Liverpool medical on Sunday, with the transfer then set to become official. That means he will miss Liverpool's upcoming friendly against Monaco at Anfield, but there is a possibility that supporters could see him in action before the summer is over, with the final warm-up against Como scheduled for August 16th. And there is another significant detail to this agreement that Liverpool supporters will want to know. The Reds have reportedly agreed to cover Araujo's wages in full, with the defender understood to be earning around £180,000 per week after tax. So Liverpool are taking on a substantial financial commitment before even deciding whether to trigger that £47 million option. But this move doesn't appear to be the end of Liverpool's transfer business. Far from it, the Reds are still working on their attacking options, with Paris Saint-Germain wingers Bradley Barcola and Ibrahim Mbaye among the names being considered. Liverpool reportedly want to go into the new campaign with 5 senior wingers alongside another young option. At the moment, Victor Munoz, Cody Gakpo, Rio Ngumoha, and Federico Chiesa are all available, although there is uncertainty surrounding both Gakpo and Chiesa. Gakpo continues to attract interest from Tottenham, while Chiesa has been linked with clubs in Serie A. And if either of those departures materialize, Liverpool's plans for the position could change very quickly.